Hello, Capricorns, and welcome to this, your November 1st through November 15th reading and predictions. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I know some of you are going, wait a minute, she just said this is the November 1st through 15th reading, and she just said Happy New Year. Happy New Year, happy Samhain, happy Halloween, no matter how you slice it. This is what we consider New Year. If you follow the pagan or Wiccan calendar, if you identify as a witch, October 31st going into November 1st and November 2nd is our New Year. So all of the readings that I have already recorded for some of the other zodiac signs this month are really exciting, and there is a lot of new beginnings happening here. All right. Couple of things here. For those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. If this video resonates for you at the end, please consider giving it a like and subscribing. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support my little channel. I am coming to you this month from just outside of Waco, Texas. I will be in this area until approximately the middle of November. So if you are in the Texas area, I know it's kind of a big state, but if you are in the Texas area from as far north as Dallas, maybe as far south as about San Antonio, and you are interested in having an in-person consultation with me, my contact details are down below. I'm more than willing to travel, but there is one caveat. I will only travel out as far as the cities that I've already mentioned if there are minimum 4 people who want readings. So gather your friends together and maybe we can have a psychic party. Okay. And without any further ado, I'm going to start pulling some cards for you, Capricorn. Also, oh, I'm getting called over to this one. Also, for those of you who are new here, I do not edit my videos. So what you see is what you get. I expect authenticity from any psychics that I consult. And so I put authenticity out there. If the cards go flying and I have to go pick them up, whatever happens, it happens on my camera. Is that the last of the housekeeping? Maybe, I hope. All right, let's get started with your reading here, Capricorn. All right, we've got probably about 20 cards that have fallen out of the deck, so I will pick those up in just a moment. Let's see if there's anything else that comes up. Oh, that's the other last piece of the last piece of housekeeping. If you happen to see the camera weebling and wobbling, it is not your eyes going cross-eyed on YouTube or the other places that I post this. I'm currently set up in my RV, and for whatever reason and because of the rain, we are not as level as we could be. So as I move around and my very fat cat moves around, we do get a little bit of wobble. And so the camera does shake a little bit. All right, I think that's finished the housekeeping. Let's get on with the reading. So I am just mixing up a very small portion of the deck because this many cards came out and this is a few too many. So let's see what comes out for the Capricorns. Yeah, that one's going to come out for sure. What else? Is there anything else for Capricorn? Yeah, that one. All right. Make sure I'm setting them down the right way. All right, Capricorn. Oh, Ace of Wands and the 3 of Cups for where you're at now. Here, as I do this reading for you at the end of October, Ace of Wands is all about new beginnings. Woohoo! New beginnings, but new beginnings that require your physical action. This is not an emotional new beginning, although there may be some emotional attachment to it, especially with this 3 of Cups coming in as well. But the suit of wands in the tarot, is all about fire. It's about lighting a fire under your behind to get you moving. And so the Ace of Wands represents a new enterprise, new beginnings, something that you need to take action on. What it's indicating is that there's something that you have been working towards manifesting, Capricorn, and it's been bubbling just below the surface for quite some time. And the universe right now is saying, all right, time to put this into the real world. That's what this card is saying. Let me just tap into your energies for a moment. What are you guys actually putting out there? There are quite a number of Capricorns right now who are looking at the more traditional life that they've been living recently, and they're getting to the point where they're going, hey, I'm tired of working for the big machine. I can do this bigger and better on my own. And a lot of Capricorns right now are have that entrepreneurial spirit bubbling up within them, and they are ready to head out on their own and start their own business. And I really feel that that's what this is talking about, which is a cause for celebration. The celebration card, or the Three of Cups card, is always represented by three women holding their cups high, doing a big cheers. So the Three of Cups has several different meanings. One of the meanings is celebration, of course. Okay, now my very fat cat is scratching herself on the other side of the trailer, and the whole trailer is wiggling. So's the camera. Sorry about that, Capricorn. Like I said, I don't edit my videos. The Three of Cups, one of the meanings is a celebration when you get together with your friends, your family, and you have this huge celebration. But one of the other important meanings of, excuse me, of the Three of Cups is it reminds us of the cycles that we go through. Being that the Three of Cups is always represented by three women, it's represented by the maiden, the goddess, and the crone, the three phases that women go through in their lives. But it reminds us that if we feel like we're going through a rough time, on the other side of that rough time, there are good times. If we're going through a really, really great time right now, we need to also keep in mind, excuse me, I have something caught in my throat. We also need to keep in mind that on the other side of that, there is eventual possible hardships. So prepare for that as well. I'm just going to pause the video. I'll be right back. I need to clear my throat. Okay, Capricorns, let's see if we can get through this. I think I've got the frog out of my throat. I hope I have. Okay, so these two cards are where you are at now, exciting new beginnings, as well as cause for celebration. But the other side of the cause for celebration is that when you have sufficient money, for example, make sure you're putting away for a rainy day. When you are having a really, really good time, express full-on gratitude for the great, amazing time that you're having. Right? Really, really dig in and live in the moment, Capricorn. All right, let's have a look at what you are focusing on for the first half of November. Where are you putting your attention? What's going on? Yep, still have a little bit of a frog in my throat there. So this is the time of the year when the veil between the living and those who have passed over thins drastically. So if you are interested in developing your mediumship skills, if you want a mediumship type reading at this time, if somebody you know has crossed over and you want to contact them, now is the perfect time of year to do this. And I do suspect that what I've got going on in my throat is because my late grandmother is wanting to come in. She was quite a heavy smoker. She had a smoker's cough. And often when she makes an appearance, I end up with a frog in my throat. And as well, when I've sought psychics and mediums, when she comes in, they cough. So just an interesting fact that that's one of the ways that those who have crossed over will let us know who it is that's coming in. All right. So first card out for what you are focusing on is the Seven of Pentacles, which confirms my suspicion that for some of you, that Ace of Wands represented an entrepreneurial endeavor. Let's see if there's anything else that you're focusing on. No. Okay. So the Seven of Autumn, also known as the Seven of Pentacles, is the card of some quiet contemplation specifically related to career and money. The autumn suit or the pentacle suit is always related to real world what's going on, which typically refers to our career and our finances. And so this is a card indicating that as much as at the end of October, you were being called into this place of action and really putting your dreams for a new endeavor, boots on the ground, pounding the pavement, so to speak. This card is asking you for the first part of November to make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row and you know exactly what it is that you're pounding the pavement for, Capricorn. You'll notice on this card, you have a little fairy and he is sitting on a pumpkin and he's just quietly eating his apple, contemplating what's going on around him. So this is a call not necessarily to put a halt to this Ace of Wands energy. You don't want to put a halt to it, but what you do want to do is make sure that each day during this time frame, you are taking that time to assess and reassess. What have I accomplished? What do I need to accomplish? And actually, what I've got coming up in my mind's eye for you, Capricorn, is make sure that you are using lists. Now, a lot of people, particularly when they're younger, go, lists are for old people. And you know what, to be perfectly honest, Capricorn, I was the same way. My mother was a list maniac. I mean, I remember growing up and there was lists all over the house of what needed to get done, what she wanted to do, who was going to do what. And I used to laugh at her saying, why don't you just remember all this stuff in your head? Like, this is crazy. And now I'm at the age that my mother was when I was in my youth. And I've got lists everywhere as well. If I want to remember something, I need to do a list. And for whatever reason, that's coming up for me. And, you know, that's one of the ways that psychics work, is that something that they have not thought about in their own lives for a very long time comes in during a psychic reading, indicating that it's something that the clients need to hear. And the fact that I'm remembering this memory of all these lists, it's an indication that it's something that you need to hear. And it's what this Seven of Autumn or Seven of Pentacles is representing, that you need to be taking that time every day to really, really dig in and get organized. All right, let's pull cards for difficult influences and challenges. And yep, we've got that one on the floor, so we'll pick it up in just a moment. Difficult influences and challenges for Capricorn for the first half of November. And we have another one down on the floor. Oh, it's another pentacle. All right. And that one didn't flip all the way out. Okay. And the rest of them are stuck together. Excuse me for just a moment while I grab your cards off the floor. I told you readings are always fun and exciting. Okay. You have two cards here. One of them came up in the reverse and the other card came up in the upright position. You have the Nine of Cups and the Page of Pentacles in your difficult influences. Now, the Nine of Cups was the first card that came out, landed over here, and it did sit so that it was sitting in the reverse position when I picked it up. It is hard to say anything negative about the Nine of Cups other than good things are coming their way to you. They are on their way, but they're not coming on the timeline that you wanted it to come on, Capricorn. And so this card, when it comes up in the reverse, is just a card saying, practice a little bit of patience. Patience is a virtue. This is in your difficult influences, which means that you are bumping up against patience at this time. Part of the reason that you consult a psychic or a tarot reader is so that you know what's coming. If you know you're going to be bumping up against patience, then you can mentally prepare for that. Okay. And you have the Page of Pentacles coming in here. Page of Pentacles is goal-oriented, perhaps a little bit naive at times. And the Page of Pentacles brings us good news about our finances, but this is coming up in your difficult influences. So again, this is saying there is good news on the way for you with regards to your finances, but it is somewhat delayed. It is not coming in on the timeline that you wanted, Capricorn. Nothing in this reading at this point, Capricorn, with regards to a possible new endeavor here with this Ace of Wands. Nothing in this reading is indicating that there is a negative side to a new endeavor that you may be stepping out into, but it is indicating that it is not happening on your timeline. It's happening a little bit more slowly than what you had wanted. Nothing wrong with that. Part of the reason that that can happen is because when we are working with law of attraction, manifestation, when we're working on putting a new project out into the world, it takes a little time sometimes for the universe to line things up for you to meet the right person, to find the right property for your business, to find the right storefront, if that's what it is that you are going out to make the right contacts for, if it's a really big endeavor to finance your project. All of these things need to line up. And sometimes it takes a little bit for the universe to make sure that that's all lining up for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that's basically what the cards are indicating for you, Capricorn. Let's have a look at messages that the universe wants you to hear at this time. Let's see, there's one. Okay. I guess we're just getting one message for you. Forgive yourself. Forgiveness work. Forgiveness work can also be an indication as to why things are not going at the rate at which you want them to progress or proceed. If we know deep down inside that we have the capacity and the ability and the skills and everything it takes to be an entrepreneur and to put a new project out into the world, and then after we get that project out, you know, we get the ball rolling a little bit, and then we go, I don't know if I got what it takes. Then the universe is going to put the brakes on it. Forgive yourself. Keep going. If you believed strongly enough that you had what it takes to begin an entrepreneurial project, Capricorn, then you also have what it takes to overcome speed bumps that the universe is putting up in your path. Let's have a look at what is coming up in the unexpected for you. Oh, well, that was fast. A couple of cards flipped right out. See if there's anything else unexpected for you, because that was unexpected. Yeah. Those ones didn't quite flip out. Let's see what they do when I go to put the deck back. Yeah, they went back in. All right, so we are going to go with these two cards. Okay, so in your unexpected, this card makes a lot more sense. This Forgive Yourself card makes a lot more sense when I see this Nine of Cups come out, which is the laziness card, Capricorn. Just because the universe is delaying your gratification and you're not receiving your instant gratification on your new entrepreneurial project, actually, for some of you, a very small minority of you, This is also about a new relationship, but for the vast majority of you, this is about job and career. But for a very small minority of you, I'm also picking up something romantic. Some of you have a crush on someone, and the someone that you have a crush on hasn't noticed yet. But anyway, just because the universe is putting the brakes on something that you're doing, I mean, they haven't slammed the brakes on, they're just slowing things down. Things are not going at the rapid pace that you want. You are not receiving your instant gratification right now, Capricorn. Doesn't mean that you have permission to slip into laziness and complacency. You have the change card here. Change card is what I was talking about a little bit with this celebration card and this 3 of Cups. Remember what I said with this 3 of Cups card. When things are good, we have to keep in mind that the possibility exists that things will not always be roaring ahead. Okay, there is a balance that the universe likes, the yin and the yang, the opposites, the sun and the moon, the light and the dark, all of these opposites. And you'll notice right in the middle of this card, we have the yin and the yang. This card represents change. And this card keeps us on our toes. Here's the thing. There's a saying, Capricorn, nothing is assured in life except death and taxes. But that's not entirely true, Capricorn. Nothing is assured in life except change. Change is our one constant. Sure, taxes and death are coming as well, but change. And the sooner that we accept change, and the sooner that we accept the cycles, the ups and downs that come with life, the fact that at times we are going to have instant gratification and at other times the instant gratification will be delayed. When we accept the cycles that happen all of the time, that's when beauty happens. That's when the magic happens. And when we are in those low cycles, this is what we have to stay away from. This temptation to move into Netflix, ice cream, and complacency. Okay. Change is a constant, and it's coming at you as your unexpected influence for the first half of November, Capricorn. Accept it, embrace it, and when you do, more magic is coming out for you. Let's pull a couple more cards here for you. Nothing coming out yet. All right, one more time through the deck. Yep, we got a bunch of them that are going to fall out right here. And are they going to? Yep. Oh, there's one more. I don't know if that one's going to fall out or not before I get to the end of the deck. It's hanging on. It's hanging on. And there it went. All right, let's have a look at your final general overall outcome. And final card. Okay. All right, so what we have going on here is that as you move into the middle of November, for your final general overall outcome, you do have the 7 of Swords here, or the 7 of Clouds. This is the card of politics. You also have the 5 of Swords here, which is the card of comparison. Both of these cards have a little bit of a negative meaning, which also may come into this forgive yourself. But the Seven of Swords card is a card indicating that you may feel like you're skating on thin ice right now, Capricorn. You may feel like some of those people that are around you may be a wolf in sheep's clothing, maybe trying to sell you a little bit of snake oil, and you may be having your doubts about this exciting endeavor that you've got going on with this Ace of Wands over here at the beginning of your reading. And that may be why there is this temptation to slip into laziness here. But the reality is that with the change card and with these delays that you've got coming, it's because there are lessons for you to learn so that you can overcome these obstacles early enough in your brand new endeavor and entrepreneurial foray out there. And because of the other cards that are coming up in your final general overall outcome, I really sense that this card here is just so that you can really have the opportunity to take the time and see both sides of everything. And that's why you've got the comparison card here as well, right next to this card. Compare the good with the bad. Who do you want to be in business with? Who do you want to partner with? And the reason that I'm asking who do you want to partner with is because the very next card out that you have is the Lover's card. Now, the Lover's card is not always about romance, although just a moment ago, I did sense that for some of you, this reading was more about romance than it was about an entrepreneurial business endeavor. But the Lover's card is about partnerships, not just romantic partnerships, but partnerships in business as well. And the fact that you've got this 7 here representing the politics, wolf in sheep's clothing, maybe snake oil salesman, and then you've got the comparison card, and then right next to that, you've got the Lover's card. This is telling me that with your new endeavor, Capricorn, you may be considering a partnership of some kind. And if that's the case, you have to decide who you want to partner with. The best way for you to do that is the final 2 cards in your reading. Tuning in and living moment to moment. Now, the final card in your reading is a 2. It's the 2 of Pentacles. It is about choices and decisions. It is in the suit of Pentacles, which means that it is directly related to money and business. The 4 of Cups, 4 of Water, is about tuning in. It is about no longer listening to all of the voices in your head, all of the voices from the past. It's about you making the decision for you, Capricorn. Ultimately, by the middle of November, I'm really sensing that an opportunity with regards to a new endeavor is going to present itself, and you're going to have to make a choice or a decision about who you want to partner with. And the best way that you can do that is by tuning in to you. Tune into your heart center, tune into your own connection to the divine. Either way, Capricorn, you have a decision to make by the middle of November directly related to a new endeavor that you are embarking upon. Thank you so much for being here, Capricorn. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If this video resonated, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. I hope that you will allow me the honor of doing your next reading for you in the middle of November. Take care, everyone.